Hey guys, it's Jeremiah. Let's cook something good. What's going on, guys? It's Thanksgiving Thursday, part 4. We finally have a turkey. We are going to show you how to brine a bird and then how to cook a bird. I want to first off say thank you guys so much. We just hit 100 subscribers in the last month and a half. And I'm so grateful. You guys have been amazing. Interacting with you guys in the comments has been great. So thank you guys so much. Tell your friends if you're liking these videos. Check it out. I would love to talk to some more people. All right, turkey. We have a bird. We are going to brine it. We're going to use a wet brine. Now you could dry brine or wet brine. I personally prefer a wet brine. I will brine this bird for 24 hours. So I'm gonna do it a day before Thanksgiving. Wet brining, I feel like, makes the meat a little bit more juicy. It's gonna sit in water and some herbs and some salts and whatnot for 24 hours. You can dry brine, which is basically just rubbing the outside of the skin and the inside with salts and sugar, herbs and whatnot for 24 hours. You can dry brine, and my brother dry brines. He's an amazing barbecue guy. He loves barbecuing. So he dry brines and barbecues his turkey. So we do 2 turkeys every year. He does one, I do one. You put it in the fridge for the same amount of time. Let's get started. This is a really easy brine. We don't need a lot of stuff. Of course, we're gonna need a turkey. We're gonna need brown sugar, peppercorns. I have some herbs here. I have some thyme, some rosemary, and some marjoram, an onion, garlic, salt, of course, kosher salt. And one thing I do want to talk about is the giblets, however you want to say them, which is basically the neck and the inner organs. Don't throw these out. These will be great chopped up, cooked in your gravy. The neck, I usually roast when I'm roasting my turkey, and then I just kind of peel off the neck meat and put that in my gravy as well. Let's talk turkey. I have a 15-pound turkey. This will feed between 8 and 12 people. This is an organic young bird. Now, there's a lot of different kinds of turkeys out there. Do I buy a conventional turkey, an organic turkey? Do I buy a heritage bird? My suggestion is buy at least an organic turkey. It's gonna be a better quality turkey. A lot of people say, I don't like turkey, it's too dry, it has no flavor. Organic bird at least has a good flavor to it. The dark meat's delicious. Brining our bird, we're gonna need a vessel, something large enough to hold our whole turkey. I have this old pot that was my grandmother's. She used it to make different soups and stuff, so we're gonna use this. We're gonna take a gallon of water and we're gonna pour it in there. Then we're gonna take a cup of salt, pour that in. We're gonna take 2 cups of brown sugar and we're gonna throw that in. I chopped up this onion. It's a rough chop, it doesn't matter. It's not gonna get cooked, it's just to brine the bird. Our garlic, I'm just gonna take them, smash them, and then just pull the skin off. I just want the meat of the garlic. I'm gonna do that with all 5. Our salt and our sugar are in our 1 gallon of water, and I'm just gonna whisk that so it dissolves and it gets all mixed in. As I'm whisking, I don't feel any more granules in there, so I know I'm good. It maybe took me about a minute or 2. I'm gonna take my rosemary, marjoram, and thyme. I'm just gonna throw those in, my onion and my garlic, and then I'm gonna take about a tablespoon of peppercorns, and I'm just gonna drizzle those in as well, and that's it. That's all we're doing for this turkey. I'm gonna get the turkey, we're gonna slide him in here, and then we're gonna top it with water. Okay, we're ready. Our brine's all done. I'm gonna take my bird here. I'm just gonna pick him up by the legs, and we're just gonna put him in there. I have some extra water here. I'm just gonna pour this on top because I want the whole bird to be covered. And I am gonna call that good. And that's it, guys. We're gonna leave our bird in here for 24 hours. I'm gonna put him in the fridge. We'll be back to him tomorrow. What's going on, guys? It's been 24 hours. As you can tell, I've showered, I put on a different shirt, I combed my hair. It's a holiday. Let's celebrate it. Let's get excited. Let's get dressed up. Got my beard trimmed even. So, our bird's been brining. 24 hours. He's right here. He's looking good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my bird out of the brine and I'm gonna put him in my bowl. I'm just gonna lift him up by the legs. He's kind of heavy. We're gonna get all these onions and pieces of herbs out. I think we're good. I'm gonna put him in our bowl. And this liquid is gonna get thrown away. We're gonna pat dry our turkey. We don't want him to be wet when we put him in the oven. The only reason we don't want it wet is because the skin won't crisp up. Our turkey's out of our pot now. What I did was I grabbed it by the legs and I held it up just so all the liquid that's kind of built up in there over the last 24 hours can drain out. So I'm just gonna continue to pat him dry. I'm gonna get kind of every nook and cranny now. And once I feel confident, I'm gonna take these legs and I'm gonna tuck them behind his head, or where his head used to be, we can say. and they might crack, you might break the bone, but that's fine. We want our turkey to be resting where he's solid and flat. We actually don't need to season this turkey anymore. This turkey has soaked up all of the salt and sugar and pepper that we had in it, so I don't want to season it anymore. I'm gonna leave it like this. We're just gonna take it, we're gonna put it in our roasting pan now. Stuffing, stuff, don't stuff. For me, I'm not a stuffing in the bird kind of guy. I don't like stuffing really, so I'm not putting any stuffing in this. I'm gonna take some butter that I've cubed, and I'm just gonna start to break it up, and I wanna rub the skin of my turkey. This is just gonna help get our turkey nice and brown. I'm using a pasture-raised German butter. Just gonna rub it all over. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna give him a little butter massage here. I'm using probably about 4 tablespoons of butter. And actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the skin here, and I'll flip the pan around, and I'm gonna break away the skin of the turkey from the meat, and I'm just gonna start to shove some butter in there as well. And this is gonna get the skin kind of double crispy, which is what I really like on my turkey. Butter all over the bird, it's all over my hands too. I'm gonna tie his legs together because I want kind of trap a little bit of that butter that's gonna drip out. So I'm just gonna tie a knot in this piece, and then I'm gonna take the leg and I'm gonna wrap it around. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap it around twice, and then I'm just gonna pull, and I'm gonna kind of put the legs on top of each other, tighten, then I'm gonna go around, oh, it's a little slippery. It's gonna go around both of them, and then I'm just gonna slide it through, and done. This bird's now ready to go in the oven. I'm gonna put a little bit of water in the bottom of my pan, just so my pan drippings don't burn, because that's what I'm gonna make my gravy with, because we're gonna get all this butter and all that liquid that's in this bird. It's gonna drip out into our pan, which is what we really want. It's gonna make a fabulous gravy. I got about 8 ounces of water in the bottom of my pan. And now I want to make sure there's always water in my pan, so I'm gonna check it periodically to make sure it doesn't go dry. That's gonna catch all my drippings, and we're gonna make our gravy with that. I'm gonna check my bird at about 1.5 hours, because I want the internal temperature to be 165. I know it's not gonna be cooked in 1.5 hours, but I wanna check it, just in case I have to raise or lower the temperature on my oven, depending on what the skin looks like and what it's doing. So this is not just to put it in the oven and walk away. We're gonna continually check it to make sure we're okay. In the oven it goes. And we'll be back in 1.5 hours. Okay, so turkey. We had a little problem. My shirt got dirty, so it's a good thing we're in my home. I changed my shirt. It's been in the oven for 2 hours. We're gonna pull them out gently, and then I'm gonna stick my thermometer into the thickest part of the breast. And that crunch is a good crunch. And it looks like we're at 160, so we got 5 more degrees to go. And I'm just gonna check the thigh, just for giggles. And it looks like the thigh's at 155. So we still got about 30, maybe 40 minutes in the oven before it's done. It's been about 3 hours, and our turkey is finally done. So I'm gonna pull it out. We're gonna set up here, we're gonna check the temperature again. It got nice and golden brown. We can see the skin is nice and done. It's got kind of a crunch to it, I can hear it. So I'm gonna stick my thermometer in again. That thing should go to 165. It went to 165, that's good for us. It's gonna carry over cook. So we're gonna check the thigh now. And the thigh is at 165 as well. So we're not gonna take this bird immediately and cut it, because we don't want all those great juices that we made by roasting it to just come billowing out. We want this thing to rest for probably about 15 minutes. We're gonna turn the oven off because it's warm in here. That way all those juices have enough time to soak back into the meat. Then we'll carve it, and we'll be ready to eat Thanksgiving dinner. Turkey's out of the oven. It's rested for about 30 minutes actually. As you can see, we got a nice golden brown on it. I mean, that thing, it looks like it's been in the sun. He's been hanging out. He's looking good. So we're gonna get ready to carve it. Chef's knife, and if you have a carving fork, carving fork. If not, you can use tongs or anything that you have. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spin this guy around. I'm gonna cut off our string, our butcher's twine that we used, and then I am going to cut down this thigh. As I'm cutting, I'm gonna pull it apart so I can see where the joint is. It's kind of like cutting a chicken, if you've ever cut a chicken. I have to pull it out a little bit. There we go, to cut through the joint that's right there. We'll set that aside. We'll do the other side. Now we're gonna cut the breast. So I just wanna run my knife, and if you need to use your hand, you can. I'm gonna find the backbone, which it's right here, I can feel it. I'm gonna just run the rib cage. And if there's some meat that's left on there, I'm not gonna be too worried about it. I just wanna make sure to get the majority of it off. So there's our breast, and I'll flip that over. And if you guys hear clacking in the background, that's my dog, because she smells the turkey and she wants some of it. People usually leave the breast on the bird and cut it. I actually prefer taking it off and slicing all the meat. That way people can get what they want. They want dark meat, they want light meat. So I'm gonna slice this all up and put it on our tray. When carving, I'm just gonna take my carving fork, put it in, and I'm just running my knife down it. I know it's not pretty cutting up a turkey, but it's delicious. I mean, this breast meat is really juicy. It tastes amazing. I mean, that brine, the sugar, the salt, oh, the herbs, delicious. Now, let's go to the stove and I'm gonna show you how to make a quick stovetop gravy. Simple. We're gonna take our pan. I'm gonna take, this is probably 6 tablespoons of butter. I'm really not measuring it if I'm honest. And I am gonna just let that melt in there. So I'm just gonna move it around. All those bits that are in there, I'm not gonna take the time to strain this right now. I just wanna make it into a gravy. My grandma used to make what they call it, country gravy, which has all the bits in it, which I don't mind. It's up to you however you wanna make it. It's gonna be delicious regardless. We're using the stock that was in this pot and some good grass-fed butter. Our butter's melted. We're just gonna take, this is about 1/4 cup of flour, and we might actually need a little more. So we're gonna whisk it up. We wanna get all the sides as well. I want it on a medium flame. I'm gonna just wait for this to thicken up. Great way to check it is we just kind of take our whisk, we run it through, right? If it kind of holds a line, again, it's nappe. That's kind of what we're looking for. I'm gonna actually add a little more flour because it's a little liquidy still. We're gonna pour this into a bowl and we're done. That's it. Thanksgiving is upon us. I thought we were done, actually, and right now I just started thinking we didn't make any cranberry sauce. So I make a great cranberry salsa. I'm gonna make it on Instagram though, so go follow me on there. It'll be in my stories, @JeremiahFig. And I think I might do one more video at the beginning of the week next week. I wanna talk about wine and what wines we should be drinking with Thanksgiving dinner. Thank you guys so much for the support. The likes and the subscribes have been great. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It helps us out a lot. And if you haven't liked a video, like a video, comment. If you have any Thanksgiving questions, put them below in the comments. And I will get back to you as soon as I can. Actually, as soon as you put the comment up there, I'm usually pretty quick to get back to you. We'll see you guys next week. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Have a great holiday.